In your top story this evening, it's been a tragic day for the Fairview Fire Station in Johannesburg. 3 of their firefighters died in a Johannesburg building blaze, while the 4th one remains unaccounted for. Well, this after a fire broke out at a government department building this morning. 20 people, including 7 firefighters, were rushed to hospital for smoke inhalation. Well, unions say the building was declared unsafe by the Department of Labour last year.
The ultimate sacrifice. This firefighter, one of the 3 who tragically lost their lives while battling flames from this building. Eyewitnesses say he slipped and fell from the high-rise building while dousing the flames. 5 of his colleagues were trapped inside, compelling emergency officers to mount a rescue mission. The cause of the fire still unknown.
A number of things are still sketchy. We'll do a thorough investigation after we are done with firefighting. The information we got is that they were busy with firefighting and he slipped and he fell and unfortunately he passed away.
The building, which is situated in busy streets in the heart of Johannesburg, is said to only be 21% safe. Unions say they had sounded alarm bells before about the building being non-compliant.
We have received reports about the conditions of our buildings that we needed to then do a proper investigation into what is the condition of each one of the components that will make a building to either comply or not comply with occupation, safety and health related legislation and policies. And I can say to you that we have found, with a report that came in last week on the 27th, that report does indicate that indeed our concerns as the provincial government that the buildings were not complying with the occupation safety and health standards are confirmed.
The firefighters were all from the Fairview Fire Station. Meanwhile, in Kaya Sands, north of Johannesburg, a factory caught fire in the early hours of Wednesday morning. No one was injured. Investigations are underway in both incidents. Lopang Alamu, SABC News, Johannesburg.
Gauteng Premier Makhura visited the site earlier tonight. Addressing the media, he said a report that was released last week reveals that several other buildings in the CBD are also not compliant with safety regulations. The building houses 3 provincial departments. For more on this, we are now joined by MMC for Public Safety, Mr. Micheal Sun. He's joining us via phone line. Very good evening to you, sir. We thank you very much for your time. Essentially, can you please give us more details on the firefighters?
Hello, Shante. Yes, I left the scene about an hour ago to come to Moorpark Hospital, where 4 of our firefighters have been admitted. They are being treated from burn wounds on the hands, and laceration to smoke inhalation. I have spoken to the doctors. They assure me that our firefighters are doing fine. 2 of our firefighters will be going to theatre tomorrow for an operation. But after that, of course, the doctors will still want to keep them here for further observation, but they seem to be okay. We are here. Our Executive Mayor, Councillor Mashaba, will be flying in tomorrow morning first thing to see them, also to visit the family of the deceased firefighters.
Now, can you describe to us or take us through what the actual state of the building was? We do believe that government as well as unions were in fact aware that that building was not safe and that people were not supposed to be occupying that building.
Shante, it is difficult for us to comment on that at this stage. However, I believe the MEC and also the Premier, Mr. Makhura, has stated that to the media about the condition of the building. We certainly will be conducting investigations into the cause of the fire, and of course, very importantly for us, the reason, or the cause of the death of our 3 firefighters.
We do believe that there is reports that have been commissioned for the several other buildings that are also said to be deemed unfit. In the interim, what is going to be happening with those buildings? Are occupants, staff members, employees going to be occupying them buildings, or do we need to see another event like this where people die or for it to be able to come to a standstill and then call for an evacuation?
I heard the Premier saying that, of course, there will be plans, regarding these buildings. I'm not certain what the plans are at this stage, but I can tell you that regarding the provincial Department of Health building where the flame broke out today will certainly be cordoned off. Police investigation needs to continue. And just another issue that concerns us very much is the current status of the building due to the fire and the intense heat. A lot of the glass panels began to fall. So we will be closing off Albertina Sisulu and also Pixie Semi streets in the CBD tomorrow. So we want to avoid any further casualties that could cause as a result of falling glass panels and debris.
Indeed, we thank you very much for your time this evening. Micheal Sun, MMC for Public Safety, with the latest regarding the fire incident that happened in Joburg, also confirming that in and around the Joburg CBD tomorrow, the affected streets there, Albertina Sisulu as well as Pixley Seme, also giving us updates there as he is currently taking the phone call from Mill Park Hospital on those firefighters still fighting for their life in ICU this evening.